a possible job bank that would enable out-of-state veterans to come to Florida and improve our workforce. Signed on January 31st, 2015, T. Wayne Markham, State Commander.
Well, you know, I have some chills going up my back. This is an honor. You know, I'm just some dirt poor redneck kid in Citrus County that watched too many John Wayne movies and thought Audie Murphy was a hell of a man. And now look where I'm at. And one of the things that I have to tell you, my remarks hopefully won't go on long today, but I'm very passionate about veterans issues. Last year I had a true honor to run the Florida GI Bill, in-state tuition for all veterans in Florida. So if you're stationed here, you get in-state tuition. If you've always lived here, you get in-state tuition. And the cool thing about that is, by having the courage to stand up and do something like that, now Congress has passed that. So every single state in the future will be passing the same legislation. So what we did here in Florida can lead the way for the entire nation. And that is absolutely incredible. That is what happens when you have a veteran who cares about veterans, who has the mindset of finding a mission and getting it done. So, what next? Where do we go? The way we handle veterans in the state of Florida has, well, to call the baby ugly, been a very nice giveaway of good items. You can get a free this, or you get into the forest at a reduced rate, and it's wonderful to help people who have PTSD and other things decompress. But truthfully, what we want is leadership. What we want is a vision of what it's going to be like to be a veteran who comes home. And admittedly, let's look at the younger, lower enlisted, after years of serving, who come home to a community, and there is no sign that says, veteran, turn left for a job. There is no sign that says, veteran, show up here for your surplus officer. Veteran, your VFW post is at this address. We do not do a proper handoff. In the military, when you get your orders, you know exactly where to show up. You have a phone number to call. You know where you're going. You know what's going to happen when you get there. When you get out of the military, you do not have this same thing. Yes, we have assistance programs in which they tell you how to do resumes and tell you how to do job searches. But they don't tell you where to go rent a home. They don't tell you what neighborhood to stay out of. So because of that lack of partnership, this year my agenda has been and will be jobs. The very first thing a veteran needs when they come home is a job. So how can the state help on this? How does the state do something that we've been waiting for years to happen? Matter of fact, the truth is we are currently working on the same system that really is post-World War II. There has not been a major change. Even though we have great technologies, those technologies speed up the process, but they haven't changed the process. So what I'm offering is for the state of Florida to make a comprehensive website so that either CareerSource, a service organization like the VFWs, or people in the community can give a card to somebody or tell them one single address that is a pipeline to all the avenues to jobs. So if you are iHeartRadio, as a matter of fact, I listen to it every day, and they talk about how they're working to get veterans jobs. Then you have Wounded Warrior Project, you have Warriors to Work Project. And then I have guys come home and go, how do I get a job? Because there's so much out there, so discombobulated, we need to organize this. We need to set a mission for all the websites to come to one location. So we're going to work on that. The second portion is, that would be the opening of the pipeline. So now the two becomes the job skills of the military. Currently, there is a list from the Department of Defense that says, if you do this job, you can get into this field. As an infantryman, my job was security, labor, things like that. But truthfully, there are so many subset skills within the infantry and within these other jobs and career fields within the military that is not MOS specific. I'll give you an example. It's a very small, minor one. If you are a truck driver, you can make $15, $16 an hour out here in the civilian market. If you drive an 88 Mike, you can get temporary license, okay? So 88 Mike in the Army is a truck driver. But if you are 11 Bravo, say got hurt on a jump, get sent to a motor pool, get made to drive an LMTV, or get made to drive what was a deuce and a half, that is the equivalent of a small delivery truck. You can get out and get a job right away. If you're a carpenter or a plumber within the military services, you should be able to correlate that to certification or license when you get out. And that is also part of the plan for this year. Now, last but not least, we have companies left and right telling us, we want your veterans. The Chamber of Commerce for the state of Florida, Representative Smith, how do I get your veterans? The Manufacturers Association for the state of Florida, Representative Smith, how do I get your veterans? Truck drivers, agriculture, and everybody is looking for our young veterans coming out. There's a huge disconnect. If you put a job onto the Career Source or other websites, at no point does it say this is a veteran-specific job, or we have a preferential program for veterans. So this year, our first goal, we'll try to provide a specific set-aside of jobs. So if you have 100 jobs, we'll allow you to give 10% specifically to veterans only. And if we cannot do that by law, we will then designate that you can legally put on job applications veterans preferred. And this will help fulfill the pipeline. Where can I go to get a job? What skills do I have that I can get a job with? And in the end, what is the company that's going to hire me? That is the pipeline we need. That is how we get veterans jobs. Last but not least, after we've done this, it is only the first step of changing the way we deal with veterans. We need to change the way we do healthcare with veterans. The state often just looks at the federal government and says, they're your people, you pay for it. We need to be proactive. We need to go out and find ways to make sure that we, the state of Florida, can assist in the healthcare needs of veterans. And let me tell you, especially with young veterans coming back today, during World War II, you had veterans with a couple of disability claims. Now, a lot of these young guys coming back and young women coming back, 10, 15, 20 different claims. They're now surviving things that they would never have survived before. But that means they have more issues to deal with. So we need to work on healthcare. PTSD, people don't get it. If you have a heart attack, everybody rushes to the hospital. If you break a leg, everybody rushes to help you. If you have PTSD, they don't know what to do. We need to work on things like providing service animals to veterans. Service animals is a non-drug way of taking care of our veterans that gets to their heart, not into a chemical system of addiction. So we will be working on that this year and forward. Not only that, counseling. The state already puts millions of dollars towards counseling. We need to focus that towards veterans with PTSD, and we will. Veterans Courts. Veterans Court program right now is a very good program, but it is not being used statewide. It also has some disconnects and some things that need to be fixed, and we will continue to work on that. Also, we need a continuity of care. A veteran who comes home doesn't just want to wait and hopefully someday get a nursing home. Why is there not veterans assisted living facilities, veterans independent living facilities? It's time that we think different when we think about legislators and legislators giving us policies that actually help veterans. No more asking for giveaways. We want policies that work. First, we want jobs. Second, we want benefits, not giveaway. And as your state legislator, and as the chair of the Veterans and Military Affairs Committee, for the next 2 years, I can promise you, veterans will be a focus for the state of Florida. Thank you.